Hello everyone, XX Crazy Nuclear here, bringing you a very special video this time, episode 20 inside my awesome survival madness world. And this video is going to be basically just a little tour of my world. Well, we're going to start off basically how, if someone new in my world spawns in, this is how they will see everything, and this is how they're going to get to experience my world. First off, they're gonna spawn up here inside a base my friend Still Yaj 1999 built. He's a very good friend of mine from PlayStation 3, and when he built this, I told him not to build over the spawn, but he went ahead and did anyways. And it's very convenient for him because if he dies, he's gonna spawn up here, and not just that, everyone else who's new to the world and has no house, no bed, no place they can spawn, will spawn up here in his base, most likely 95% of the time. There have been a few rare occasions where new people have spawned down below, but that I wouldn't count on it because that barely happens. Well, once you spawn up here, I'll give you privileges to open doors and use switches, and then just come down to the center of his base, and you'll see this waterfall leading all the way down. Just make your way down. It's not too bad. And you'll end up in this area over here. Come down this way, and by the time you get down here, I'll usually be making my way up, and there's gonna be this starting supply station, the triple S, and just step into this little area, and I'll press this button, and you'll get a full diamond set plus full diamond gears like tools like pickaxe, shovel, an axe, and a sword. Then come out here, you'll see a board where all the rules are. You guys can just pause the video and read that for yourself. And then we start on the tour of the world. So first thing on the right side, you'll see this is my sister's house. She made this house quite a long time ago, but she hasn't joined since. You know, she's got her stuff here. You come up this way, she's got a second floor, not too much up here. Well, you know, while we're up here, we're gonna go to sleep, because it's nighttime and I don't want any creepers blowing up, especially when I'm doing the 20th special video. That'd be a shame. So let's go back down and let's resume on with the tour. So she has two ways to go into her base, one from here, and then there's a stone brick path leading all the way around here. You can go from here, or if you go to the left, you're basically out into the wilderness, where I have no control. If you die, I unfortunately will not go get your stuff because I'm going to be busy doing other stuff. I know it makes me sound like a huge dick, but trust me, that's the only thing I can do. Now, if you come into my base, you're going to end up in this left area over here sometimes. This is kind of like, this is a giant hole in my base that I didn't have enough dirt to patch up. So I just left it and kind of made it nice. Made it a nice even cube. Not even a cube, like a rectangle cube. Why not? And then you'll see two houses on the left side too. This is Armstick and Toxic Pro's house. And just go, you can go around them, you can go between them, you can go to the right of them. And then come over here, you'll see two more houses. Twiz's house, and this is Zombie Slayer Mix's house. Zombie Slayer Mix, she made her house 3 times. This is the 3rd time she's made her house in the exact same place. This time she made it out of quartz. First time it was out of cobblestone, or I forget what it was. Second time out of stone bricks, and now out of that. However, it looks good, that being said, and she hasn't joined the world in a long time either, simply because I've been doing some projects where I do not want anyone to join, and I think everyone's forgotten about my world. You come into Twiz's house here. His house has been remade the 2nd time now. He has, I don't know what he was trying to do. I think he was trying to make a hopper. Like his house in the shape of a hopper. Not too sure though. I don't want to spoil anything you're doing here, Twiz, so I'm going to leave your house. And there's a hole on top of Armstick's house. I think Creeper blew up in it. And no, people were too lazy to patch up the top. They just did the floor and left. This horse here, this is Twiz's horse. So shout out to this horse. Come this way. We will come across the Hall of Fame. This is where I put everyone's name who is a part of my world and a committed member. Right now we have 18 people. I think I'm missing 2 people that joined the other day, but I will add their name in, do not worry. This right here is Awa, also known as the Hound's official, or the Hound's house. Go up this way. First he had like a supposedly a building house. The front side was actually orange stained glass panes. Come up here and you have a mothership on top of his house. That was his idea of what he was gonna build, but he never finished simply because I haven't invited everyone, like I said, in a long time. Come up this way, we're gonna come across a barn, actually a very recent and new build in my world. And let's go ahead and breed some animals while we're here. Yeah, so the barn I made quite recently because I had every other stable outside. Oh my god, outside my base, and I thought I would really benefit from having a barn, so I went ahead and made one, and it looks pretty good so far. So I know creeper blew up here. I don't know who did this, but no one told me, so I could go ahead and patch it up. Now there's an ugly hole. Oh, and all the chickens are escaping too. That's terrible. Okay, we gotta patch this up ASAP. I'll do that on my own time. I'll get some chickens in the meantime though. What else? So I reviewed the 4 houses behind that, and these houses over here, these are 4 more houses, guest houses to be more specific. People who first joined my world, I gave them the guest houses to live in, and all of these people don't join anymore, except for the one on the most left. My sister used to live in this house, and she built her house over there, but someone else took over this house, known as Leap Mofo, and this is his house now. Also, this is Josh Mays, not a very active person. Same with Baker and Susios, actually one of the first people joining my world. And he hasn't joined in a long time either. Also, we have an automatic furnace built from Tango Tech. I gave him a shout out right here. Shout out to Tango Tech for the tutorial. And the way it works is we have a chest here for items to be smelted. You put items in there, and then you turn the auto or manual switch on for what mode you want it in. So if it's auto, the light is off as it is now, and it'll automatically be collected all the things you smelted into this chest over here. If it's manual, the light is going to be on and everything will stay in the furnaces. That way you get experience when you take the items out. And if you're running low on coal, because that is the main resource in these things, if you're running low on coal, there's a fuel chest back here where you just load or dump a whole bunch of coal in. Right here, there's a fuel chest, and it'll kind of evenly spread out the coal amongst the 15 furnaces. And then right here, this is why I have not invited people in my world for a really long time. This is the main storage of my world. We have a lot of chests, as you can see. There's an item for almost, or there's a chest for almost every item. And the cool thing about this storage is it has an organizer built into it. So if you want anything, but you're too lazy, if you want to dump your items in here, but you're too lazy to actually put them into the proper chests, you can just put them in this chest and it'll do it for you. It'll take the items and transfer it amongst this long train of hoppers. It goes back and forth and back again through 6 rows of chests, and in each row there's 19 chests for basically a lot of items. There's not every item yet, but I have a second floor for this bad boy too, and that's up top. But we're gonna go there in a bit. I'm gonna finish off this area. So if there's an item that has not been organized, it's gonna end up in the others chest. So right now I have arrows there. I know it's silly I don't have a slot for arrows down here, but I will make one on the second floor. As for now, the second floor is completely empty. As you can see, well, I don't think there's anything in here though. Yeah, I'm gonna write out all the items and how I want them in here. So hoppers, this is kind of like the redstone area. This is where I'm gonna have all my redstone stuff. And then I'm gonna have all like the colored wool, colored glass, dye up here as well. You come down here, this is kind of like an empty space. This is not much use. There's no use for this space, so I just kind of sealed it off, but there's doorways going into it, and that's that. And then you move further along, we have the manual storage. So I actually had another organizer in that place if you watched my really old videos, and that was it was a much smaller organizer, and anything that was not in that organizer was in the storage right over here. And basically like 99% of the items were in here and not much over there. You come into my base and we have a 10-story hotel. This is actually, when I first started off my base, this is where I had my original like storage, and basically this was where everything was, and I didn't like it, and simply I stopped using it because I had more creations in my world and more ideas of what to build. So I just completely abandoned that, and I took it down. It was only 2 stories tall, so up to that stone line right here. So I took it all down and decided to make it out of birchwood planks, stone bricks, and cobblestone. And I made it 10 stories high, and the roof at the very top is a semi-cylindrical blue wool roof. That's pretty cool. And then we have an incinerator, basically for items that I don't want. You just throw it in there and it'll vaporize it for you. We barely use this though, because everything in my world, it's best to keep rather than throw away. Come into this area, we have a tree farm, and this tree farm is pretty neat. First off, it was just these 18 trees over here. It's a 6x3 area. And eventually, when more people started joining my world, I needed more wood more quickly. So I made 3 stories. One for birch, one for oak, and then the very top for spruce. And ever since I made them, I've been way too lazy to actually go inside and harvest all the trees. So I'm going to leave this for someone else to do. And as you can see, the very top is spruce wood. And then come back down. This is where I keep all my, all the stuff that I gained from my woods down here. Birch wood, oak wood, and then someone emptied out their inventory in here. Thank you, whoever did that. Don't know who that was. And in this area is an excessive storage. So this is where I have all my overflow chests for cobblestone, dirt, grass, stone bricks. We had a lot of stone. More cobblestone, and believe it or not, quartz, guys, quartz. Which reminds me, I have to show you guys the nether too. Alright, let's go around this way. So right here, this obsidian building is the World Bank, and this is pretty cool because this is where I keep all my loot. You need both these switches to activate it. And you go in here. This is where I have like all my good stuff. I'm not gonna open up any of the chests because I do not want anyone to know what I have in there. That shall remain a secret. And behind the World Bank we have our farm. This is where I grow all my crops. In fact, before this farm was built, we had a different farm, a more manual farm, and it had a separate section for wheat, potatoes, and carrots. And simply because I rarely ever use that farm, I built this big bad boy. And I even kind of cut down on using this too, because the way it works is you plant all your crops in here. You can have like wheat for one side, potatoes in the middle, and then carrots on the left. And then after they all grow, you just press this button, and then that releases a whole bunch of water. And I actually have, I'll show you guys, repeaters back here. So once I press that button, the redstone signal will be carried out amongst this redstone lining over here, and it'll go all the way back here. And this is kind of a timed memory switch. So what that happens is this repeater here will power this block, and this redstone torch will turn off. And once that turns off, this will turn on because this is giving it a signal right now. And once this turns on, it's going to give this block here a signal. That's going to turn off, that's going to turn on. And because that's going to turn on, this is going to turn, wait, where is it? It's over here. This is going to turn off. And once it turns off, all the pistons will contract up because they won't be getting a signal, because they won't be pushed down anymore. And all the water will be released and pushed forward. Also, the second way the redstone signal is going to go is this way, and I have a whole bunch of repeaters here, and this times